two dudes with attitudes, let's go. It's the two dudes and our attitudes, ruthless, aggressively speaking, so let's do this. We're Ryan and Denton, they here to get your attention. The 5-star broadcast, shit, start to the ending. Whether it's the E or it's all E, the two dudes with the attitudes will bring the heat. Get the point, yeah, it's on, time to lock in. Listen to the podcast where they get it poppin'.
It's Two Dudes with Attitudes, a wrestling podcast, the podcast with the hottest intro and song in the history of podcasts.
That's right.
That's 100%. As always, I'm the dude, the heartbreak dude, Denton, and with me as always is the dude, Ryan, enjoys wrestling. What's going on, bruv? Are you excited to talk? We got 2 episodes. We're going to go back to back.
Yeah.
Like Drake, back to back.
Yeah, we got other things like Drake too. Hi-oh!
Oh,
yeah.
Hangman Page.
That's right.
Get it? Because he has a lasso. Anyway, but yeah, but
His
we were
name's
talking.
Hangman.
It is. And it's funny too, because now we got, I told you I was taking these notes and I was like, holy cow, this SmackDown seems like a decade ago, but I forgot how good. How were people sleeping on the SmackDown episode? How, like, there's so many people crapping on it. Like, what in the world? And not only that, SmackDown, Raw, NXT, Revolution, Dynamite. Like, it was like, damn, like, okay, I got some wrestling all week. We'll see about today's SmackDown on how that does and see if it starts off next week. But it was a good week. I'm excited. As always, my man, you're going to start off with some news this week, right? We actually have some news.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits of starting a little bit late. Is we have some news, so we'll start with the negative first and get that out of the way. But Bianca Belair was she's on the cover of WWE 2K24, and apparently I'm trying to think of what they were doing, but she took some racist abuse. It was online, of course, on Instagram. I think she was doing an Instagram promotional thing for WWE 2K24, and people were just going off. It was Bianca, Cody Rhodes, and who was
Rhea Ripley, right?
Rhea Ripley, yeah.
Yeah,
and so
3 people here.
Yeah, and people were just saying things like, of course they have to have the black person on the cover, go woke, go broke, that kind of thing. I'm like, first of all, WWE ain't going broke anytime soon. They just hit 100 million subscribers on YouTube, but they ain't going broke. But no, it's just, I don't understand why people, Bianca Belair literally didn't do anything. She literally did nothing. And she's taken all this racial abuse. I don't understand it, but kudos to the WWE wrestlers who came out and defended her. Big E defended her. Zelina Vega defended her. Rhea Ripley herself defended her. The
others.
So many others. But Big E said that black women in the professional wrestling industry face a regular barrage of racism and misogyny from fans and have for far too long. Vega posted two statements on the racist comments and said that the fans who commented hateful things toward Belair should be ashamed and embarrassed. She called it disgusting and said that Belair earned the name EST because Bianca is one of the best this business in this world has ever seen. When I think of a hard worker, standout, path paver, and someone who is genuinely a proud representation of her culture, it's Bianca. So yeah, I mean, kudos. Rhea Ripley said EST ain't just a nickname. Bianca Belair, WWE, is a history maker, a trailblazer, and one of the nicest human beings you would have the privilege to ever meet. Y'all just mad she's better than you. So kudos to those people who came out and defended her. It's unfortunately that we're having to deal with this crap in 2024. It makes no sense, and that's why the hashtag We Love You Bianca was trending on X all day on Thursday, because the WWE Instagram account for 2K24 posted that picture, and just the comments were taken over by racial slurs. And I don't even want to read them out loud. They were just, some of them were just so bad. Yeah, so bad.
You know what the saddest part is, Ryan, about all this is that I'm not surprised. And I think that's what makes it even more disgusting that you say, it's 2024, but
Yeah.
for the past, since like, I don't know, 2016-ish, 2020, we have that's the America we live in now, is where racism has come out proud and loud, and they're not afraid to voice their things, and they get led to
Yeah.
do these type of things, and they're encouraged to do these type of things, and it's flipping disgusting. And I used to defend the fact that I was never a Bianca Belair fan. I'll admit
Mhm.
it. And people used to always say, "Oh, you don't like Bianca, you're racist. Oh, you don't like Bianca, you're racist." Oh, and I used to always say, "No, I don't. I like tons of African American wrestlers. I love just because I don't like Bianca doesn't make me racist." And then boom, here it goes. So you know what? Maybe these people
Yeah.
work. And so with that said, you know what? F that. I'm down with Bianca, and I think it's messed up. I was watching her show with Montez, and I actually enjoyed it. I never
It's
did.
good.
Yeah, it is. And I never didn't like her, not like her as a person. It was that I just didn't like her character in the ring. Like
Mhm.
my thing is, I never liked John Cena. I just am not a John Cena. I just don't like it. I like John Cena as a person. I watched Peacemaker. I've seen all his movies. I just don't like John Cena. He was just like shoved down our throats. You have to like him. That's why I'm starting not to like Cody Rhodes, because he's the new John Cena. And I always thought Bianca was like the female John Cena. So I was just always like, But now, you know what? F that. I'm not going to let any wrestler in this world take heat,
No.
take racist remarks. So you know what, Bianca? I'm team Bianca now. You can say it's a dumb reason to, but I don't care. You can say whatever you want. But I think it's awful that people have the goal to hide behind a monitor and a screen or whatever they're doing and type it up and that's why I hate X. X is the most toxic site,
Oh,
because
it's
you can
awful.
just write whatever you want and just be a piece of crap. And I'm going to say it, if you're writing racist things in 2024, you're a freaking to be honest with you, if you've written anything racist in the past 10 plus years, you're a piece of crap. So take it how you want it. But
Yeah.
racism has never had a place in this
No.
country in the past 60 plus years. And I know it's still alive and well. And I hope all the people who think that racism is dead and that, black people always come up with excuses. Look at this. Literally an innocent female wrestler doing absolutely nothing, getting hate for it. And you know what another bad part is that she probably is used to it and probably is like, ugh, and just shrugging it off. And it's sad that she wouldn't have to do something like that. The fact that she would even have to tolerate that and think like, well, this is just what it is another disgusting thing. So as everyone's been saying, and as you even said, do better, America. Seriously,
Yeah.
do better. Get rid of this. Like, who cares what color you are? I don't
No.
understand it.
Yeah.
I'm like
And
mind blown.
and if you're using her color as a way to say she doesn't deserve to be on the cover of 2K, that's even worse. In my like,
Mhm.
who cares who's on the cover of it's a freaking video game.
I agree.
I don't care who's going to be on who's on the cover of
No.
these things. Like, people take this stuff too seriously. They take the rankings and stuff too seriously. Like, it's just a freaking video game. Like, just this is what we're upset about. A black girl being on the cover of a video game in 2024. Like, come on, this is ridiculous. And Bianca, she's awesome. I mean, I'm kind of like you right now. Like, I've watched her show on Hulu with
Love and Wrestling, WWE and Love. I forgot what it's called,
Love
but
and
it's on Hulu,
WWE with Montez
Yeah.
and Bianca. Yeah, it's good. They're entertaining. You get to see them a little bit more behind the scenes of them. They're funny. They crack. They you can tell they genuinely love each other, and they can tell that they're genuinely good people. And you know what? Like, I'm happy that all these wrestlers stood up and said what they said to defend her. But I think in reality, she's also the biggest person of them all, continuing her notion of being the EST, because she hasn't said a word about it. She just,
Yep.
moved on and went about her business. And so to me, that speaks volumes of who she is and her character as well.
True. Two dudes got love for you, Bianca. So
Yeah.
cheers, girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so some other news that we have going on, your boy, Dirty Dom.
I wore it for a reason, buddy.
He is off the market. He is
Sorry, mommy.
Yeah, he is officially a hitched man. He got married yesterday, as a matter of fact, I think. And
random Thursday.
Yeah, random. Well, I guess he has work
He's
to do.
richer than that, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, come on, have a Saturday wedding, Dom. Like, what the
I know.
heck?
Well,
I'm assuming it's his schedule, right?
I was looking around and I didn't see his father there in any of the videos. So
I wasn't sure we're going to talk about that, but okay.
maybe he had to pay for this wedding out of his own pocket. And if you remember, his father got him a BMW when he wanted a Mercedes. So I mean, that's just deadbeat dad written all over it. So I didn't see Ray in any of the he danced with his mom, so it's good to see that they've made up. But where's Ray? I mean, come on, you can't go to your son's wedding. Like, come on, Ray. It's bad form. Bad form. So maybe Dom had to pay for this wedding out of his own pocket, and that's why he did it on a Thursday. He is an ex-con after all.
He is. Okay, but can we talk realness though? How cool was it though? Because damn right Ray was there, right? So how cool is it though that they're keeping so kayfabe, that are keeping it so like real, that they like aren't posting videos of Ray being there, didn't show him like in the crowd.
So cool.
Damn well they were like, hey, we're gonna do some shots, Ray. Can you like get out so we can but the funny thing is they're like, no Ray here. But I'll dance with my mom, no Ray here. But mommy will show up with her husband. No Ray here, but also no Finn Balor. I'll have Austin Theory part of my wedding.
Yeah,
so what's
Damian
with that?
Priest will be there.
Okay, Damian Priest. They didn't even invite Finn Balor. Is Finn Balor?
I don't know. Yeah,
they all got tattoos without Finn Balor. Finn Balor wasn't at Dirty Dom's wedding, unless he just wasn't in pictures. Because I only really saw the pictures of the party. Maybe Priest wasn't part of like the wedding party. I didn't know him and Theory were like on that level. Yeah, I saw him and I was like, "Who's dancing in there? Is that okay?" But the best part about it is that they even had a segment because they're keeping it so real. They booed him at his own wedding. How hilarious was that?
It's awesome. I have the video of it.
Let's see it.
Let me share my screen here.
I just love how committed the Mysterios are to like storylines.
Yeah. So here it is. Here's Dominik Mysterio getting booed at his own wedding. He's about to give a speech.
Thank you, everyone.
Dude, those are so piped in.
Yeah, you can tell.
Thank you, everyone, again for coming out.
Yeah, so that's him getting booed at his wedding. Uh-oh.
And people act like they don't love Dirty. This is why my man, since day one, bruh, come on, is Dirty Dom. Dude is like so committed. So committed. I got a follow-up question later on because, Debbie Dad wasn't there, so we can talk about that later on. But
but congrats to Dom. In all seriousness, I know we were talking a little kayfabe there, but in all seriousness, congrats on your wedding. And I hope Rhea isn't too jealous when Monday Night Raw comes. So,
dude, homegirl's gorgeous too, and they've known each other since they were like what, 2 or something, like
something like that.
Because they're only 26. So cool story. Cool story.
Congrats to Dom.
And all you crazy people, leave them move on. They're acting. Yeah, they're not really together. Gosh, let them be.
Matthew Perry and Courtney Cox weren't together in real life either, guys. Like Chandler Bing and Rachel did not exist in real life.
Well, Topanga and Corey were really together though, so that's good. Oh wait, no, weird. Oh no, what?
Yeah,
Al Bundy and Peggy.
No, not a real thing. Not a real thing.
Weird.
Yeah. Weird. Michael Scott or Jim and Pam? No, not a real
what?
Thing.
What? Wait, so you could be fake married on a TV show and still have a marriage outside of it?
Yeah,
that's so weird.
Apparently, he's cheating on Pam with Emily Blunt. So,
dude, so would I. And Pam, and Pam is hot too, but Emily, she can. I'll find her quiet place. All right, are you ready? Let's go.
Let's do it.
I guess you'll edit that. All right, SmackDown review 60. Well, shoot, this might take 41 minutes, bruv. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
And I try to cut the segment as much as I can. So
good luck.
We could talk about it after. All right. The show opens with a 41-minute Bloodline promo. Roman starts off by telling the crowd to respect him or he'll leave. The crowd doesn't care. The crowd doesn't care, and Paul Heyman tells Roman not to leave. Out comes The Rock after this commercial break. He lets us know that Phoenix is the #1 city for meth and cocaine, and they cheer. I guess the crowd was currently on meth and cocaine. The Rock brags about himself and tells Cody they will not have a one-on-one match, but instead, The Rock offers him and Roman versus Cody and Seth. When Rock and Roman win, the bloodline is, when Rock and Roman win, the match will be Bloodline Rules. If they don't win, then the bloodline is barred from the match. Rock is about to tell the crowd to smell what he's cooking when Roman cuts him off and tells him to acknowledge me. The Rock does. They hug it out, and The Rock says it's family and tells everyone to go home and smoke some more crack. If you smell what Roman takes the mic, the Bloodline is cooking. Theory and Waller are talking backstage about Randy Orton, who walks in and says he'll face Theory later on in the main event. Tiffany Stratton beats Naomi in like an almost a squash match with no entrance. What the Kabuki Warriors defeated Bayley and Dakota Kai when Dakota Kai turns on Bayley. Braun Breaker has a match that lasts about as long as me in bed. Carlito defeats Santos Escobar with the help from Booyaka Booyaka, Deadbeat Dad. Here comes Rey Mysterio. LA Knight is also hunting for rabbits. I mean, now he's hunting for AJ Styles. And in the main event, Randy Orton defeats Theory in honestly a hell of a match with a hell of an RKO. And after the match, Randy and KO clean out the ring and stand tall to close it up. And that is my 2-hour SmackDown review. Literally, we can talk about everything. Was there really anything not to talk about on this damn SmackDown? Because even the Naomi thing is to talk about. Like, everything on this damn card is like...
Yeah, apparently this episode of SmackDown pissed a lot of people off because the Bloodline segment was 41 minutes long, that it cut out Naomi's entrance, and it cut out Tiffany Stratton's entrance, and it cut out a lot of the matches we were supposed to have. And we were supposed to have a longer Braun Breaker match, apparently, but that got cut because of the 41-minute Bloodline segment. So,
we're supposed to get two people too, Bobby Lashley and Karrion Kross, right?
Yeah, and they ended up fighting tonight. Yeah, they ended up on tonight.
How over did the promo? I don't understand. Like, The Rock truly can do whatever he wants. There's no one saying like, Rock, you're 52 minutes over. Rock, like,
yeah.
How do you go that over? A whole match? You win a whole match and extended? Sorry to cut you off. I'm just confused on how that can be possible.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't get it either. And I don't know if it's a TV thing because they're going to commercial all the time, or because they could save a lot of time if they didn't go to commercials during their entrances, or if they cut the entrances out. And like we were talking offline, we don't need to see Roman's entrance. We could open with Roman in the ring, and then you can bring The Rock out and do his promo. And I bet you it wouldn't have gone 41 minutes, but you did his entrance, then you did a commercial break, and then you come back, and then The Rock talks for a little bit, and then you go to commercial break, and then you come back, and there's more Rock in there. It's just, I don't know if the pacing is off or what, but something is just the last couple of weeks with The Rock. It's been, you can tell that they've either gone over or they had to get everything shortened due to time constraints, and it's been real disheartening because I think like if they would just let these people cook, we're going to witness some greatness, and we still got greatness despite them going over. So,
I mean, even with the mishaps, this is the best SmackDown I've seen in a decade. I mean, SmackDown was fire, and that 41-minute promo felt about 3 minutes, and I'm not even going to lie. Like when that thing started and was over, and I looked and I was like, holy cow, we only got like an hour or so left of the SmackDown. It went by pretty damn fast. You want to break down some stuff or what about this segment really quick? I mean, what'd you dig? What you didn't dig? I mean,
I know
if you
a lot
remember
of people,
it was a while ago.
Yeah, I know a lot of people didn't like. They think The Rock shtick is old and they think it's played out, but this man is on fire right now. This man is killing it right now, and I think as we get to Monday Night Raw and even tonight's episode of SmackDown, we'll learn that The Rock and Roman are levels above both Cody and Seth on the microphone. And you
watch Monday Night Raw, you said? Oh yeah.
Yeah. After we get to Raw, you hear their response, and it's just like, really? That's how you respond. So, the Rock and Roman are killing it right now. The Rock acknowledged Roman Reigns on SmackDown, which is a historical moment that, we said before that's a where were you when type moment in the WWE. The Rock acknowledging the Bloodline and being a part of the Bloodline. And the thing I like about this story though is there's a lot of nuances and there's a lot of things. The Rock threw the L up again instead of throwing up the one finger. Seth Rollins did it on Raw. Like, what does this mean? There's like, does this mean anything? Are we getting The Rock turning on Roman Reigns for sure now, or is Seth going to turn on Cody now? Like, there's so many ways that this story could go, and I'm invested. I am invested, hook, line, and sinker. But they have to figure out these these mishaps with the timing and everything, because, I'm gonna be honest, people are invested in what these guys have to say. We're not invested in seeing their entrances and seeing seeing them come out to the ring and pose with the crowd. Like, we're not invested in, like, that's all cool, don't get me wrong, it is electrifying when The Rock does that, but we have these moments. Let's we want to hear what they have to say. We don't need to see them. We don't need to drag that out any longer. So they need to get these mishaps under control. But the segment was great. I loved it. I loved it from start to finish.
Yeah, and if you're gonna give The Rock 40, then give him 40 and let everything else figure itself out in a timely manner. Hey, that's what we have to do to get to here. Yeah, man. The shtick, I don't understand. I'm sorry. The meth and coke line was hilarious. I'm still laughing at the fact that he said, "Now go home and smoke some more crack." I mean, it's just funny ass shit. If you don't find it funny, then grow the hell up. But no, so much to dissect here, in the fact, and even his before. I actually thought The Rock cut a better promo in his 21-minute promo he did right before this SmackDown. He did another one before this SmackDown. It's so much better because he can curse, he can be more free. He's just, there's, like you said, we'll talk about it more with the Roman, the Cody and Seth one on Raw, but there's levels to this. And I've always said, okay, just like people do with LeBron James, and just like people did with Tom Brady, you're going to disregard people when they're really, really great at something. They're doing it right now with Patrick Mahomes. It's just like, oh, he won again. Whoop-de-doo, no big deal. Oh, yeah, Taylor Swift helped them win. Oh, it's rigged. Oh, Tom Brady won a 7th ring. Yawn, whatever. Of course he's going to. Okay, no. This guy won name your favorite player who you think's the greatest at any sport, and they've never done what Tom Brady's done. No. So you can't disregard that. And I think I compare it the same with The Rock. He cuts these promos. They are so smooth, so effortless. So he cut that 21 promo with no edits, bruv. He just straight did it. He didn't memorize that. He had it in his head what he wanted to talk about and went for it. No hesitation, no mess ups. Do you understand how hard that is? How hard it is to make a promo look that effortless? MJF couldn't do that. Any of your favorites, Stone Cold, Piper, nobody's on the level of The Rock. And I think that's why people do it, because AEW nut huggers and and Cody Rhodes nut huggers are all like, no, The Rock, he said meth. That was stupid. Grow up, Rock. Ew. Yeah. What, are you going to stick up my butt again? You're so pathetic. Live in the 90s. It doesn't matter. The dude is hilarious. He cuts promos that are effortless, and he looks for real. Like Roman don't got to say nothing. That dude came out and was like, acknowledge me or I leave. Acknowledge me. And they did, and he just like walked away. His aura, when he put his arm on The Rock's arm, that crowd
was cinema.
And when he said, you need to do one thing, acknowledge me, everybody, I don't care. I guarantee people watching at home piss their pants. That was so impactful. You will never get that from Cody. And this is what I say. When people say Cody's ready to win that belt and do this, I don't think people truly understand the greatness of Roman Reigns. And when he loses that title, that void will not be filled. Just because Cody Rhodes is popular, that void will not be filled. You can compare him to Will Ospreay. You can say Kenny Omega's better. There are levels to this, people. Roman Reigns is in a level on his own, and The Rock is right there as well. That's all I got to say about that. But sorry, it's not too much. I'm just saying.
No, it was everything about it was great. I want to go back to the TV show though for a second, and I want to rant too, because this feels like a long time ago that I almost forgot about this, but they kept cutting to black in the middle of the damn segment, and that was irritating the living hell out of me. I kept thinking, like, I thought maybe I was having a glitch on my app, so I had to close out my DirecTV stream and start it back up, and it would come back, and The Rock would be in mid-sentence, and it would cut to black for about 5 seconds. And apparently it turns out that there was a Die Rocky Die sign in the audience, and the camera every time the camera angle went to it, if for whatever reason Fox decided to cut the feed, which, like, come on, like, I'm sorry, like, to me that's a little ridiculous. I understand that we just take the damn sign away. Just take the sign away. Like, just why do you have to cut the feed? I don't understand, because I feel like I missed a lot of the, it was like this. So, The Rock says this, he's going to come. all over your candy ass. And I'm like, okay, what did he just say? I missed it
I
because
would love for The Rock to come all over my
Yeah.
candy ass. That was perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but yeah, that was
Well-
another gripe of mine was it kept cutting to black. I'm like, why? Why are you doing
Well,
this?
and the piped out holy shits and stuff. I'm sick of that too.
Yeah.
Because they keep talking during it and they don't say what you just miss what they're saying.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Prepare your crowd beforehand. Take signs you're not going to be able to show. That just shows because there's all these people online that are like, my signs are going to be shown, but they take them away. Obviously, they don't take away signs. I also saw some girl on TikTok that I won't name that I can't stand who was like, I was at the event. That didn't even happen. They did not. That sign was up the whole time. Yet no one said they took the sign away.
Yeah,
lady.
nobody said they took it away.
They said that they were blanking out because it kept getting shown too much. They didn't say it never was shown. And if you were there, that has nothing to do with you not knowing. You didn't watch it on TV, so yours wasn't blacked out. Ours was blacked out. It was blacking out every time they showed that angle. Yes,
it
that
was
was
so
true.
annoying. Yeah, it was so
I
annoying. And
They got to fix that problem.
Yeah, because the
Like,
last
sorry.
time when The Rock was a babyface, they did this crap with he cut the promo with Austin Theory, and he had like half the arena chanting "asshole" and the other chants "you are," and it was
just silent.
Yeah, you couldn't hear anything. You couldn't hear how electrifying it was, and so yeah, that takes me out of the experience for a minute. And this was a historical moment, and I feel like the WWE production team or Fox or whoever it was kind of almost ruined it.
I agree with you fully, dude. Well said. Well said. Well, we'll run through real quick too. I mean, Tiffany Stratton getting win over to Naomi is a huge surprise, even if the match wasn't cut short. Just so you know, when that match started and they introduced Naomi, she looked peed off and like she regretted coming back to WWE. And I was thinking like, oh, maybe that's just like a go back and watch it. She is like, I don't know about this SmackDown. Maybe she came back. She's doing fine now, but she looked like, why the hell did I come back? And no offense, that's a joke, dude. I love Tiffany Stratton to death. I want to boost her to the moon. Her beating Naomi and then who she wrestled this week are like two different stratospheres. You don't get a win over Naomi like that quick. If you knew you were going to have to basically get her squashed, just cancel the match altogether. Don't even have that match because Naomi doesn't deserve that. That girl had a fantastic run on Impact. I know she came left or whatever. If they're punishing her, then
that's stupid.
Don't have her cut. Yeah. It's stupid. Like that. Naomi's better than that. This is it. I half was pissed off about that. I didn't really like it honestly at all. The Dakota Kai turn, predictable but good. I know now people are saying, well, she's gonna still be with Bayley and double turn. I don't buy that at all. But so those two things said, what'd you think? What do you?
I was surprised by the Dakota Kai turn. I thought she was going to be.
Oh, really?
I was. I didn't.
It was quick. Do you thought she would turn at Mania?
Yeah, I thought it would be at Mania. I didn't think it was going to happen a week after she just returned and help almost cost Bayley. Her and Bayley were about to hit each other or whatever. So I wish it was done a little bit later because now it's like, okay, what are we going to do between? We still have a long way to go to WrestleMania. So what are we going to do now? Like, is it Bayley? That's my problem too. Is
a team for Bayley?
Is it Bayley versus Dakota Kai or is it Bayley versus Io Sky? Because I feel like now we're going to be focusing on Bayley versus Dakota, but we should be focusing on Bayley versus Io. That's what the match is at Mania. But that's why I think the turn should have happened a little bit sooner or a little bit later, and not so soon. Like it was like a week after their tag match.
Yeah, and Dakota Kai being like the leader of, I mean, I'm all for Dakota Kai. I support her fully. I think she's super uber talented and super uber gorgeous. I don't know if she can be the lead mouthpiece of the group, but we'll see. I don't know if she's big enough yet. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like Bayley because she's the leader now, right? She's coming out and challenging matches on NXT and so on. All right, close it out. Rey Mysterio. What'd you think about the Randy Orton main event? Last two, we might as well just talk about it all really quick. I mean, it was impactful.
That RKO from Randy was nasty. I don't know how he does it. He finds a new way to do that RKO in a spectacular fashion, week in and week out. The man, he's 40 something years old too, and he's out there, getting 8 feet in the air with an RKO. It's just phenomenal how incredible he is at doing the RKO, and it speaks volumes to guys like Theory and Waller too, because these guys, they have to be in the right position to get it. And but the match was what it was. Predictable ending. Baby faces are on top. Randy and KO are clearing house. So it was a good way to end SmackDown. Good way to end SmackDown.
But okay, but let's talk. Okay, so let's talk about it because give my boy some respect. Theory saved Randy Orton in a botch.
He did.
Randy
Yeah.
Orton botched the shit out of a move, fell, and Theory was able to literally flip his. I don't even think Randy knew he was doing it. Randy went to go get back up, and Theory was already like catapulting himself backwards for the move, and Randy fell back. It was like yeah. And do you remember a Randy Orton who scolded Kofi Kingston and almost ruined Kofi Kingston's career because he messed up a move in front of everyone? And yeah, maybe Theory should have yelled stupid at him, huh? And, although I love Randy Orton, so don't get me wrong. I know he's grown up since then. He's grown up. But and then that move, I mean, yeah, RKO was good, but bruv, that was Theory. Theory helped with that and landed perfectly. So props to and Rey Mysterio being back. I mean, that was a shocker.
He looked like
nice.
He looked like Juggernaut.
Yeah, what was he
with his mask?
Yeah, what was he? That was weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if they're promoting the new Wolverine movie or what, but with Deadpool. But yeah, he had the Juggernaut mask going on. So let me get this straight, Ray. You can come to SmackDown on Friday night, but you can't go to your son's wedding. You know, that's a shame. That is
it is
for shame.
I agree, Rey Mysterio. Maybe he should beat him on camera some more and not get arrested. Anyway, all right, let's get to Raw. You ready?
Yes.
60-second or less recap. What's up?
I was gonna say this show to me was a letdown compared to SmackDown.
Oh, I still liked it, but all right, let's get into it. All right. I mean, shoot, we did SmackDown forever. Let's go. The show opens with Cody Rhodes talking about Roman. Out comes Seth, who calls Roman Diarrhea Dwayne. What the fuck? And we will get their answer next week on SmackDown. Gunther defeats Dirty Dom in an amazing match where Dom literally gets wrecked with slaps over and over and over and over again. It is nasty and brutal. Baszler and Stark finally wrestle somebody else. They defeat the former champs, Chance and Carter. Dakota Kai walks out and says they have earned a title shot for next week on Monday Night Raw. Dirty Dom is getting checked in the back with the entire Judgment Day. Andrade comes in and says, "Hi, Dom." Becky Lynch and Nia Jax end in a no contest when Liv Morgan interrupts. Backstage, Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan argue, and they will wrestle next week on Monday Night Raw. Rhea walks by and laughs. Literally, she walked by, looked at them, and laughed. It was a awkward statement. Next week, we get Sammy versus Ricochet versus Gable versus Bronson Reed versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus JD McDonough. The winner will face Gunther at WrestleMania. Andrade beats Apollo Crews, who I didn't even know was in the WWE anymore, in 3 minutes. Sami Zayn and Ivar will wrestle later on tonight. The Judgment Day defend their titles against Imperium in a pretty good showing by Damian Priest. Paul Heyman is going to the Hall of Fame, baby. Drew thinks the title deserves better than Seth Rollins, and so does everybody else. Sami Zayn defeats Ivar. After the match, Bronson Reed takes out Sami Zayn. The Miz says him and Truth will win the tag team titles in front of DIY. That was awkward. In the main event, Jey Uso loses again. He's 2-8 in his last 10 matches. Dude is on fire. This time to Drew McIntyre. Seth Rollins literally comes to help comes to run off Jimmy Uso by literally running past Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre takes offense, claymores him to close the show, yelling at him, and that's the Raw 60-second or less review. I'm assuming you hated the execution, like I always say about Tony Khan. You have good ideas. The execution was kind of poor the whole way from beginning to the end. Everything was just kind of executed poorly. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah. I will say this. I like the ending of Drew McIntyre beating down Seth Rollins. And I don't know if you saw on X, but Drew McIntyre, again, is continuing to troll CM Punk. Mm-hmm. And when he's yelling at Seth Rollins and he's beating him up and he's like, "You made me do this," and all this, he wrote on X, he was like, "What did I ever do to have an empty-headed dumb fuck like Seth Rollins go out and I can't remember what it was like. You know, it was a quote from CM Punk at the Brawl Out, and he changed the name Adam Page to Seth Rollins, and it was good stuff. I mean, Drew McIntyre is killing it right now. And then afterwards, and
CM Hunk,
he was driving around in his car, and this was like after the event, I think, and
Mhm.
fans were like chanting for Drew, and he plays Cult of Personality on the speaker as loud. Like, he's just so good, so good. Put the belt on this man already, because he is.
And then him and
he's
Punk after.
yeah, it's gonna be fire. It's gonna be
It
fire,
is.
and that's what I put on TikTok this week. You know, this match, I don't really care anymore if I ever get to see Punk versus Rollins. I'm more excited now because to see Punk versus Drew, and
Mhm.
it's because of the work that Drew McIntyre has done and continues to do. It was all good stuff. But I'll go back to the beginning. You go from that historical segment on SmackDown of the Rock acknowledging Roman Reigns and
Mhm.
the Rock issuing a counteroffer to Cody Rhodes,
Mhm.
to Cody Rhodes coming out and Seth Rollins coming out and Seth Rollins calling him Diarrhea Dwayne. And it's just like, I get that it got a pop, and I get what he was trying to do. He was trying to say that the Rock, like, that's a word that the Rock would come up with, but it just didn't, it just fell
Mm-mm.
flat in my opinion. And it was just like, this is what we're doing. And then it took them, everyone wants to talk about the timing of the Rock segment on SmackDown, how it took
Mhm.
41 minutes. This took 27 minutes
Thank you.
of Monday Night Raw for them to say, we'll be on SmackDown, we'll give you our answer then. That was it.
And Diarrhea Dwayne. They also
yeah,
said.
and Diarrhea Dwayne. That was it. You talk about a meeting that could have been an email. This was a meeting that could have been an email. This didn't have to be the opening of Monday Night Raw.
Mhm.
It was
Well
just,
said. And once again, it
yeah,
shows there's levels to this. And I'm not even Cody Rhodes, good at promos. Seth Rollins, good at promos.
yeah,
It's hard to follow the Rock and Roman, bruv. It's hard. And you can get into that when we talk about AEW and our next episode with some matches just don't hit as hard when you follow certain matches, right? And it's like some things
yeah.
just don't hit as hard when you're cutting different promos. And yeah, man,
They laid an egg. They laid a big
And
old
I
egg.
think this was a moment that, once again, where you keep saying, and I keep saying, that trying to make Cody Rhodes the John Cena is not hitting. And I think this showed, man. The crowd didn't react well. They were silent during Seth's diarrhea line. They're going so hard with the Seth not caring about his own title that, man, when we talk about our segment and other times of WrestleMania, I'm so back and forth on what's going to happen, because they're just going
Yeah.
so hard with certain things. With Seth doing the L and looking at it, is he with The Rock, or is that a diss at The Rock? What's happening? Someone who had a good moment though was my boy. Once again, right before he gets married, he got punished. Now he's going to get punished even more because he's married. But hey, sorry, Ryan. But it's just, was that not a star-making match for this dude?
No, it was.
Name a better match Gunther's had minus WrestleMania last year. What's a better match Gunther's? People are like, "Oh, this match was average." All Gunther's matches are slaps to the chest.
Yeah.
Dominik sold those things like
Oh,
they
he sold
were.
them.
You think they hurt that bad? No, he was selling the crap out of them to make people know how bad they were. And he got some close calls. It felt like he was going to beat him for a half second.
Yeah. No,
It was good stuff, man.
It was a good match. And
That
I'm gonna
reverse flip he did,
everything Dom did.
powerbomb. He
And the fact that he sold it and he's in the back getting checked on by the trainers and with the Judgment Day, all of it was good. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they do with it. I'm a little peeved that Dom's not in the 6-man gauntlet match next week though. I like JD McDonough's in that match over him. Why? Why? Like, they didn't even let JD McDonough plead his case on Raw before they cut to a commercial. He's up back there talking to Adam Pearce, and it just cuts right to commercial. And apparently, whatever he said worked because he's in the match. But it
legit cut him off.
Yeah, legit cut him off and went to commercial. We don't know what he said, but apparently it worked because he's in the match. But I still think Dominik should get that spot over JD.
Well, it makes no sense. So tell me about the 6-man since you brought it up. What do you like about that? We got Sammy, Ricochet, Gable, Bronson Reed, Shinsuke, JD McDonough.
Yeah, okay. I think it's going to come down to two people. It's going to come down to Chad Gable, and it's going to come down to Sami Zayn. That's who I think it's going to be. I think both of those opponents,
the last two. Yeah.
Both of those guys make complete sense to wrestle Gunther at WrestleMania. I think Chad Gable deserves it more, but at the same time, I understand it. I understand them giving it to Sami Zayn because Sami Zayn, you can't have a WrestleMania without Sami Zayn. You can have WrestleMania without Chad Gable. So I understand that. So I think it's Sami's match to lose. But I think it'll come down to him and Chad last, and it'll be a fantastic conclusion to that match, and I can't wait to see it. But I don't know, like Bronson Reed, what has he done to get a match with Gunther? What has JD McDonough done to get a match? Yeah, Ricochet. Shinsuke Nakamura can't beat anybody on the main, like in the main event, but let's give him a Intercontinental Championship opportunity. I don't know. Again, you could have found a way to get Dirty Dom in that match because I still think it should be Dirty Dom and Gunther at Mania. I think they had that match too soon.
I agree. But we all know it's going to be Sami, honestly. And I actually think Sami's going to win, but we'll get there in another day.
Yeah, we'll see.
We talked about all that. Yeah. All right. Last thing. Let's talk about Paul Heyman, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, was it obvious? I don't understand. I had been saying Paul Heyman forever, and people are like, no, he's not retired. He's not a ton of.
But Ray got in last year. Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's Philadelphia. You got to have Paul Heyman. But here's the thing. He's the main one, right? So if he's the main, because he's the first named off, no Bray Wyatt then? No,
I don't
obviously
know.
no Batista. No, I mean, wouldn't they be at the main one or no? Like, look at the next two people in the name. They're not even, I mean, I know they're old time people, but so I got two questions for you. Really, number one, who is inducting him? Who should induct him? And who else do you predict? Let's go. We'll go back and forth. Let's hear it.
So,
and does Paul deserve it?
So yeah, so far it's Paul Heyman, and then Bull Nakano, and today they announced that the U.S. Express will be in which is the Rotunda guys. Bray Wyatt's uncle and his father.
So maybe that's why. So maybe Bray's coming as well.
So maybe Bray is going to be the last name that they announce or something, and that'll be the main entrant. But so yeah, that's that. I think who inducts Paul Heyman. I don't think it was obvious at all. I think it was. Yeah. Well, actually, no. I do think it was a little obvious.
It had to be somebody from Philly, dude. You can't just.
I thought. I didn't think it would be Paul Heyman individually. I thought maybe they would induct ECW as a whole, and then they would have Paul Heyman induct ECW and be the reason that it was inducted, because it is in Philadelphia at that arena. It makes sense, but yeah. So I'm gonna say it's not gonna be Brock Lesnar. If he was back with WWE, I would say it probably should be Brock Lesnar, but it's not going to be Brock Lesnar.
Is he gonna bring up Brock?
I think he had. I feel like he should. I feel like he. I don't know.
Supposedly Vince McMahon was like blurred out of WWE 2K24.
Yeah.
So I mean.
I know. I mean, but he's a huge part of Paul Heyman's history. I feel like if CM Punk wasn't back, he would bring up CM Punk. But
and no offense, what did Brock truly? I mean, he accepted piss pics from a girl. Like, has he been accused of anything other than what assault did he do? What they proven that he was?
Yeah, it's all a bunch of
signing to get. Yeah, that's what I don't know why Brock is getting so blackballed. Unless there's more too. I don't know, but that's all I've heard. I didn't know accepting kinky pics is like against the law. I mean, it's not like he was demanding them or forcing them. I didn't hear that. I heard he just got them from somebody else. Maybe he wasn't aware of Vince forcing her.
But apparently he was going to meet up with her to have sex with her, and then it got.
Is that against the law?
But it was like to help get him to. He was like using her.
But is that proven? That's what I mean.
Yeah,
but is that proven? I don't know.
I don't know, but I guess
all of it's allegations.
Yeah, but still, I mean, if that's the case, and Brock was going.
Well, yes, that's completely yes. Then, then goodbye, Brock. Yeah, forever. Yes, I agree with that 100%.
But yeah,
right, no Brock. So what do you
Brock?
So who do you think? Who should? Because there's a lot of people who should who aren't a part of WWE who can't. Correct?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? They're not going to bring Taz in to do it. That's not happening. So.
No, I could see them bringing. I think it should be CM Punk. I really think it should be CM Punk. I know that that was only a small chapter of Paul Heyman's life, and it was a small moment, but there's so much more to Paul Heyman than CM Punk. But I think it should be CM Punk. I really do. I think he's the best talker, it would get him a reason to be involved in WrestleMania.
Yep.
You could potentially tease a future Roman Punk feud because why didn't Paul Heyman ask Roman to induct him? Why did he ask CM Punk? I mean, there's like, if they're gonna bring wrestling into it, I could see Roman inducting him too. But because you know what, I'm actually gonna change my answer. I think it should be Roman Reigns, and the reason why is because I think that union between Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns changed Roman's career for the better. Roman is that took Roman from here all the way up here to a whole new stratosphere when he came back as the wreck everyone and leave. And the first words he ever said when he came back was, "That's not a prediction, that's a spoiler." And look at Roman now. Roman is in full on God mode. So yeah, I'm going to say it should be Roman Reigns.
I didn't like Roman until he paired up with Paul. So yeah, and now I love Roman. I'm going to go with it. It's probably going to be, I'm going to say CM Punk. I think it is going to be. I think they want to give him something to do. I think Roman's going to say, I wasn't with him enough and this and that. And Paul did have more to Punk. He only believed without Paul Heyman, there is no CM Punk.
That's true.
He like brought him into the main stage. Who it should be, I'm going to go Stone Cold Steve Austin. I think it should be Stone Cold.
Yeah.
I think they have if you ever saw their Stone Cold interview or whatever they did, it's fantastic stuff. And Stone Cold has a deep relationship with Paul Heyman that a lot of people don't know about. So
that's a good one too.
I'm going to go there. But either way, damn, it's deserved. Whether you thought it was going to happen or didn't, whether you think it's too early. I mean, when you look at Paul Heyman with ECW, with the way he has managed people's careers and made them, I mean, from everyone from Punk to Lesnar to Roman Reigns, to Kurt Hennig's son. I mean, he
Ryback, but Ryback went off on him on X or on TikTok. So
Ryback,
yeah, I know.
Ryback could eat and I would tell him that to his face. Get the Ryback's trash.
Yeah, Ryback sucks.
Get out of here. He is. But yeah, so I'm all for it. Great job. Let's get into some NXT. You ready?
Always.
This was a good NXT, and this was an NXT roadblock. This is like AEW, where they have big business, even though it's a Dynamite. This was their thing. Let me cough and jump in. All right. NXT review, 60 seconds or less. The show opens with Dijak defeating Joe Gacy in a crazy asylum match. Tony D hires that Luca guy to be his lawyer. Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin defend their titles against Chase U after Thea Hale runs away. See you later, Thea Hale. Carmelo Hayes is not impressed with Tony D. I guess he'll be later. Sean Spears wins in a minute and calls out Ridge, who literally comes out and refuses to hit him with a chair, even though Sean Spears is begging him to hit him with it. I loved it. Briggs and Jensen talk, but Jensen will face Oba next week. Dragunov doesn't care who he faces next week or who he faces next. The Kabuki Warriors defend their titles against Valkyria and Paxley. Roxanne Perez attacks Valkyria after the match and puts her in an ambulance. Legitimately, she gets taken out in an ambulance. Roxanne has snapped, and I love it. Henley defeats Davenport with help from a stunning, returning, holy crap, I forgot what you look like, Sol Ruka. Thank you, Sol Ruka, for appearing on my screen once again. That chick is something else. Gigi Dolan versus Ariana Grace. Sean Spears versus Ridge Holland is set for next week on NXT. The No Quarter crew comes out for a talk. And I guess they all are the Heritage Cup champs now. Okay, whatever. I guess that's what I'll just defend it. William Regal comes out and has a nice interaction with his son. Noam Dar is ready for bigger things, so no rematch. In the main event, Tony D actually defeats Carmelo Hayes with help from Trick Williams music. After the match, Tony D has Trick come out, who runs Carmelo out of the ring to probably the loudest ovation I've ever heard on NXT. That closes the show for the NXT 60 second or less recap. I'm messing these recaps up, man. I gotta write better.
I mean, Trick Williams is back. It's
what the Trick.
It was that pop, man. That reception he received, awesome stuff. And I'm excited about him and Carmelo Hayes. They're gonna tear the house down at Stand and Deliver, and it should close the show, even though it's not a title match. It should 100% be the main event. that pop and everything. It was well done too, because they got me. I was like, wait a second, did Carmelo tease us again by playing Trick Williams' music to try to distract Tony D? But no, he looked genuinely surprised, and then he didn't even come out the first time, and I was like, okay, that's like whatever. Like they're just going to tease us with his music, and it cost Carmelo the match. It was even that psychology I was fine with. Even if he never came out, I would have been completely fine with it. But then he came out at the end, and that pop that he got, man, that was incredible. And kudos to the NXT crowd for being there and reacting live in the moment, because it was a good moment to be a part of.
This is the best way to do it.
Yeah.
NXT, let's do it. Like Carmelo versus Trick now. Don't worry, they don't need a title match. And Tony D versus Dragunov, I'm all for it. And I hope Tony D wins. And titles usually change at the Mania night. So
yeah, and they built a new star too. Like, yes, we're talking about Carmelo and Trick this whole time, but Tony D was just in a tag team championship match against Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker. And now here he is less than a month later, and he is essentially being called to the big leagues by wrestling Dragunov for the top prize in their company in that division. So yeah, you built a new star with Tony D, and hopefully he takes the opportunity and runs with it. And like you said, I hope he wins. He deserves it.
I do too. He does. He's been around for a minute. I like Carmelo Hayes' new like crew, all the dudes like that walk out with him, like with masks on or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I dig Carmelo's new heel vibe. Let's see if he carries it over to SmackDown. Did he sign with SmackDown?
I don't know.
He tried to actually sign. No, I don't. I'm so confused. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's there to stand and deliver now. So
yeah, and WWE, I don't know what they're doing on the main roster, because they were able to get Braun to sign, but they haven't told us what they're doing with Jade Cargill. We don't know what's going on with Carmelo Hayes. We don't really know what's going on with a lot of these people that are trying to sign to SmackDown. So,
and why does Braun not come out with his belt on SmackDown? I'm confused.
I know. I don't get it. And why is Baron Corbin not with him? Like, they need to bring Baron Corbin up too. It's time for him to come back to the main roster.
I fully agree. Let's talk about Sol Ruca, man. How'd you like that? She came out. She missed her move a little bit, a little sloppy, but damn, I forgot how fine Sol Ruca is. I follow her on TikTok and stuff, but holy swag. She came out and I was like, who is that? Oh, that's Sol Ruca. Her little cute little piercing in her nose, her body. She's like Californian through and through, like me, bruv. She is California girl. She is. I love it. I'm all for her in Davenport. I'm excited for it. And the same thing, women's division on fire. I'm all, other than Valkyria, Roxanne Perez, man. I like.
Yeah, she finally snapped. Yeah,
looking all adorable, whooping some butt and kicking in her street clothes, not even giving a fudge. I love it, man. I was all for women's division is popping right now, popping for sure.
Yeah, the women are killing it in NXT. And then also look at the NXT call ups on the main. Like Tiffany Stratton right now is looking at one of the biggest stars in the women's division. And it's probably because of her time in NXT and her time working with Becky Lynch. I think that, that got a lot more eyes on her and stuff. So they know what they're doing in NXT. They're developing some real stars. Braun Breaker is going to be a star when once he fully commits to the main roster. Carmelo Hayes is a stud. So and now the women's division, anytime they call them up, they're going to do fantastic things.
Digging Sean Spears? You like where they're going right now? I think they're starting them off right.
Yeah, I think so. I like that he's keeping his AEW gimmick and his AEW presentation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like Andrade, Cody.
Yeah. The only one that really didn't was Brian Pillman Jr., Lexus King. And
look at him.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is the right way to use him. He doesn't need to be in title matches. He doesn't need to have flashy wrestling matches. He needs to be. He's a storyteller, and so let's let him tell a story. I think the partnership with Ridge, not the partnership, but pairing him with Ridge Holland is going to do wonders, because Ridge is known as the injury guy, the guy that hurts people inadvertently, or whether it's vertently or inadvertently, he likes to hurt people. And Sean Spears is the guy with the chair that's he's not messing around anymore. So I love it. I like what they're doing with Sean. I hope they keep it going.
Let's end it. William Regal and Son. Do you like this, or is it a little too cheesy? Why are we having William? Like, there was no point A. He didn't even name call his son. I like it. I like the moment, but why? Is it because his son's not really going over? Does he need? Because here's the thing, right? His son was chosen, Dempsey, to win the match, but then they take it away from him instantly and say it's everybody's. How is it everybody's belt? This isn't like lay cool. Like, why are we? And then Daddy has to come out and like get it. Like, are they not believing in Charlie Dempsey? Do we need him? Like, what do you think? Am I reading too into it? Like, I didn't hate it, but why is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was the same way. I didn't hate it, but I didn't really like it. I also his little where he said that I'll always defend this better than you ever could. Just that little dig. Like, what is? I think I'm just more confused as to what this is leading to. Is this going to lead to a match between William Regal and Charlie Dempsey, or? But isn't William Regal retired? So is he going to like hand pick somebody like similar to last year when Grayson Waller was doing his thing with Shawn Michaels? Like we knew Shawn Michaels wasn't going to get in the ring. So he's got to hand pick somebody. So he goes and gets Johnny Gargano. Is that what William Regal's going to do to he's going to pick somebody to go against his son for the Heritage Cup? I don't know what they're doing, but I liked it, but I didn't like it. But I need to see more. I need to see more before I can fully judge it.
I just realized right now, I forgot that he handpicked Johnny Gargano, who now R-Truth thinks is Shawn Michaels and Regeneration X.
Yeah,
good stuff. I actually like Regeneration X. I think it's pretty fun.
That's a cool
It is
name.
storytelling.
Yeah.
And the fact that they were playing, WWE 2K24 and going along with it. He was like, I got the cerebral assassin, Triple H, and Ciampa was like, Triple H. Although I do love me some I once again don't know why Ciampa was always best when he was the villain. And I don't even know why I'm doing this, but maybe because NXT, he was great on NXT. Goldie, his belt, like I wish we went back to that one, but what can you do? But anyway, a cooking week, bruv, right? You like everything going on? WWE's good. I know you didn't think Raw was hitting on every cylinders, but they're making progress in certain things and moving stories. And honestly, minus like me thinking Bayley's going to beat Io Sky for sure. There's not a lot of Matt and Rhea beating Becky. The two women matches, actually. There's not a lot of. I don't know where everything's going, man. There's a lot of.
That's the best part about it. And
that's what I'm saying.
I also like that this build to WrestleMania. Last year I think I did an unpopular opinion, and I said that the build for WrestleMania 39 was not as good as I thought it would be. But right now, this build to WrestleMania 40, nothing is topping this. This is everything is incredible. We have The Rock on TV on a regular basis. Roman's been on TV. We don't know what direction they're going to go. We don't know what's opening and closing the show. Like it's all good stuff. So,
all right. And with that said, if we're going to say how hard it is to plan it, let's get into how hard it is by booking it or losing it. WrestleMania edition, huh? That's our segment today.
Yes, sir.
We got a song?
No song for.
All right.
We need one. We need one for
book it or lose it. WrestleMania edition.
Don't you abuse it. Yeah.
Woo! Let's go. We can do it. We'll wrap it. All right. So book it or lose it time. WrestleMania edition. As always, we start off with the man who's going to defeat Gunther at WrestleMania. Mr. Ryan Enjoys Wrestling. What do you got? You got a couple, right? So let's hear the first one. Who do you think is going to happen at Mania? And I'll let you know if they should book it or lose it.
All right. Book it or lose it. Seth Rollins turning on Cody Rhodes and costing him his chance at finishing the story.
Book it.
All right. I figured that one was too easy. Yeah.
Book it.
I figured that
I think he's going to, man. Like, here's the thing. I know people, by the way, people were shitting on me when I said this like 3 weeks ago, whenever it was. Check the receipts. Now I went on TikTok. I see all these people posting.
Oh, everyone's saying it.
Oh, so Seth Rollins is probably going to turn against, man, these creators, I'm telling you, always stealing from the little man. Me with my just like little over 6,000 followers. Nobody cares. I think it's, I don't want to say it's going to happen because I feel like Triple H listens and he's just going to decide last minute what he wants to do. But I think it makes the most sense. Cody needs to finish a story at Madison Square Garden. I know people don't understand that, but that's where Dusty didn't win the title, but that's where he held it up, and that's where he had his moment was in Madison Square Garden. And I think people forget that the story for Cody Rhodes is not to beat Roman Reigns. It's to win the title that his dad was not able to get. Why not have it in the place where his dad was not able to get it? It just makes perfect sense with the history of Cody Rhodes. Not saying it's going to happen, but why else?
It should.
I'm going to tell you this right now. If you kicked my ass 3 straight times, I'm not all of a sudden going to be your best friend and then go defend you in a fight we're about to have. I'm probably going to be like, yeah, Brian, let's go. And as soon as you start punching that guy, I'm going to help and start kicking you and have everybody beat your butt. Like, why would I defend? What has Cody done for Seth?
Exactly. That's what I was going to say is even in this little feud, Cody won't commit to Seth. He won't commit to him at all. He's been every time Seth is like, "Hey, if you need some help, I'm here," and Cody's never been like, "Let's do it." He's just like he walks away. He makes some like weird little face, like he just crapped his pants, and then he walks out of the ring, and then after the match, Drew McIntyre is beating down Seth Rollins because he's looking the other way, and he comes out when the show goes off the air. He's always a day late and $1 short when he comes out. He comes out when the show goes off the air, but he never comes out when the show's on. When the cameras are on, he's never there. So yeah, I totally see Seth Rollins not taking this crap anymore, and I don't think he's going to join the Bloodline or anything, but I think there's a reason for the L. I think that's it. It's going to be that him and The Rock are in cahoots, and I think Seth Rollins is going to turn on Cody. It's the only thing. It makes more sense than The Rock turning on Roman right now.
Yep. It was a big old plan. He wanted his job. He threatened to take his belt. And I also think Seth, honestly, I don't even know if they're working together. I think Seth is just going to take the pin night 1 in the tag team match, and then he's going to lose his belt night 2 to Drew. And later on in the night, where were you, Cody? And he's going to turn on him on Monday Night Raw. On Monday Night Raw, we're not going to see. That'll probably be epic. He's going to say, "You got what you deserved. I ruined your story."
Yeah.
He's going to become the biggest heel, and he's going to say, "Because you didn't help me. I lost my belt to Drew. Where were you? Drew McIntyre was right. No one has my back. You should have had my back because I had yours." And I think he's going to turn. I think it's the most logistic thing to happen. Yes. So I say book it.
Absolutely.
All right. I'm going to give you an easy one too.
Yeah, that was too easy.
What happened?
That one was too easy for you. Yeah.
Woo! Just like me right now, ladies. All right. It's been a minute. All right. Here it is. The man who refused to go to his son's damn wedding day for shame. Dirty Dom versus Rey Mysterio 2, WrestleMania 40. I don't care who's going to win. Should they book the match? Rey came back. Are they going to give him Santos Escobar, or do you want to see Dirty Dom has no plans? Dirty Dom versus Rey Mysterio 2. Should Dirty Dom get some revenge? Maybe that's why he wasn't at the wedding. Book it or lose it, my man.
You know what? I say book it. I think that was the best match of WrestleMania 39. It was the best entrance. It was an entertaining match. Let's run it back. Let's do father versus son again. I know that Rey is in a story with Santos, but they've proven time and time again that they can do Rey versus Santos on an episode of SmackDown, just like they do Gunther matches on random episodes of SmackDown or Raw instead of putting him on a pay-per-view. So we can get Rey versus Dom at WrestleMania. Maybe Rey costs him a match. Maybe Dom costs Rey something. Maybe in Santos versus Rey, Dom costs Rey the match, and boom, there you go. So that's what I say book it, because it's what I want to see.
I say book it as well. My fear is that they're going to leave it for WrestleMania 41, and they're going to book Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar, and they're going to book Dirty Dom versus Andrade at Mania. They're hinting at Andrade a lot. Yeah. Neither do I. I don't get the point, and it's just another loss for Dirty Dom. I want Dirty Dom, but I say book it. I don't think it's going to happen, but I say book it.
Yeah,
I have faith.
I see Andrade more as a crutch to the Judgment Day. Like he's trying to team with Dirty Dom and test his loyalty to the Judgment Day. That's kind of how I see him. That's why he keeps saying like, "Hey, what's up, Dom? What's up, Dom?"
I'd be good with that. Yeah.
So I could see that he's like testing his loyalty between the Judgment Day and Andrade, but I don't want to see them in the match.
Yeah, agreed. All right, what's your last one? Let's go.
All right, I'm going back to night 1 main event, the tag match.
Okay.
All right. Seth Rollins does not make it to night 2 as the World Heavyweight Champion because after the Bloodline pins Cody Rhodes or Seth Rollins, the Bloodline beats down Seth and Cody, leaving Damian Priest to come out, cash in Money in the Bank, successfully winning the World Heavyweight Championship on night 1 to close it out, therefore making the match on night 2, Drew versus Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight title.
I'm so mad I didn't think of that. That is pretty damn good. That gives Seth even more of a reason to turn on Cody night 2. Oh, man. Could they do it? The match isn't being really hyped. I say book it, man. I like it. I like that. I like it a lot. I think that's good. And Drew wins. Damian has his moment, but he loses the next night. Drew. I don't think Seth is going to come back to try to seek revenge. Oh man, I like it. I say book it. Say book it, dude. I like that. I'm sad I didn't think of it. Of all this, that's what I'm saying, man. This WrestleMania can go
so many different ways. Yeah,
but here's the thing: whatever way it goes, guess what?
It's predictable.
It was predictable.
Yeah, we all knew it was coming.
WWE is predictable. Yeah, good stuff. I like it.
Yeah, when
Roman
Roman pins Cody Rhodes, we all knew it was coming. We didn't. Yeah.
All right, last one. You ready?
Yeah, go for it.
Book it or lose it. Randy freaking Orton will be the United States champion after defeating Logan Paul at WrestleMania 40.
I want to say lose it because I love Logan Paul, but
So
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm actually gonna stick with it. I'm gonna say lose it. Yeah, I'm gonna say. And the reason why is because we may get a new world heavyweight champion. We may get a new women's champion. We may get a new intercontinental champion, and we may get a new WWE undisputed universal champion. That's too many champions and new tag team champions too. That's too many titles to change hands at WrestleMania. They can't have every title change hands. That's why I'm going to say lose it, because they got to have some unpredictability in the world of predictability. And I think Logan Paul should retain over Randy Orton, and he should do it cheating. He should cheat to do it. But yeah, you can't have every belt change at Mania.
Oh God, I was going to say Randy Orton book it for sure, but you telling me that depends, right? Unless I don't know, because Rhea's going to keep it.
But Bayley's going to win.
Judgment Day's 100%.
You think Io's going to win? Or
No. Io's going to lose.
Yeah, Io's going to lose.
100% JD's going to lose the Miz and R-Truth.
Yeah.
IC champion is who the heck's the IC champion?
Sammy versus Gunther.
Oh yeah, Sammy's going to beat Gunther. I mean, Gunther might still Sammy's the perfect person to beat Gunther. A big name. Oh man.
Yeah, and then
Cody might beat Roman. Yeah, dude. Women. Yeah. I might have to say lose it with you as well. I mean, I love Logan Paul. I'm part of it. I mean, look behind me. I mean, I got his primes on my ding. I think I have to agree with you. That was tough. That was a good one. Yeah. Can't have every belt. And that's what it seems. But that's every WrestleMania, right? And then that never happens. And no one ends up losing. Everybody wins. Yeah, everybody retains. Yeah, just to piss people off. But yeah. All right. Good stuff, dude. Good everything. We got to go record a new AEW episode, but thank you. That'll be on tomorrow or whenever we post this. It might be on Friday. It might be on Saturday, but AEW will be there too. Just keep checking us out. Keep tuning in. I mean, we got a fire WWE episode. I'm excited for SmackDown. I haven't seen it yet. When this airs, you guys will already have seen it and probably me by that time. But I look forward to WWE this week no matter what. I'm excited for the road to WrestleMania. And I'm excited for big business in AEW. I'm excited for all the wrestling.
AEW.
If you want my views, they are. If you want my views and opinions, you can catch me on any social media outlet at HBD Denton. Keep tuning in. I'm blowing up on YouTube. I'm not blowing up on TikTok again. I don't know why. I was getting hot for a minute, but things made in China, right? Can I get some? Yeah. That was a joke. That was a joke. It's called sarcasm.
I like it.
Stupid.
I like
it.
Yeah.
High five. Yeah. If you're not listening, you can't tell that I was high-fiving you guys on the screen. But as always, tune in. And with me, as always, is the man who will defeat Gunther at WrestleMania.
That's right. Don't you forget it. It's Ryan Enjoys Wrestling. Follow me on any sort of social media platform. Follow us on X at 2DudesPC. And then follow us on TikTok at 2Dudes with Attitudes for as long as TikTok is still a thing. And then follow my individual TikTok at Ryan Enjoys Wrestling. If you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple, leave us a 5-star rating and review. And of course, keep subscribing to the YouTube because we're over 700 subscribers. We're almost at we can get to 1,000 by WrestleMania. We're about 45 days away. We can do it. We just need to. I need to post more, yes, but we need the subscribers to come in so we can make this happen. And this is going to be the year of the dudes. I say it week in and week out, but 2024 is going to be our year.
Heck yeah. 2 dudes with attitudes. Wolf pack.
Let's go. It's the 2 dudes and our attitudes ruthless, aggressively speaking. So let's do this. We're Ryan and Denton. They here to get your attention. A 5-star broadcast. Start to the ending. Whether it's the E or it's all E. The 2 dudes dudes with the attitudes to bring the heat. Get the point, yeah, it's on, time to lock in. Listen to the podcast where they get it poppin'. Two dudes with attitude.